Africa, marketing, technology, discussing the biggest emerging market in the world with FASHOLA-OBA and Shudelo. Let's get it on. Thank you very much for joining. I'll be talking about the fintech sector in Nigeria. We've seen a couple of government interruption on the activities of fintech and new policies coming up, disruptions and all that. Yes, we understand it can be challenging, and players in the fintech industry might not have it funny or find it interesting. But then, let's go back to how it all started. So, fintech in Nigeria, fintech in Africa. How did this all started? Number one, you have those who are looking for solution to perform financial transactions as basic as funding an account that can be used abroad, as simple as paying money to an airline, as simple as paying for a particular item they've bought in a small shop and getting their items on time and the money confirmed very fast. You have simple issues, simple financial transactions that should be seamless but are very challenging. So you have a lot of Nigerians, a lot of people who have this challenge performing basic, simple financial transactions. Okay, so here's the problem, right? Now you have some guys who just finished from school, who studied computer science, those who did not even want to go to school, and they studied programming online, and they stumbled on a lot of communities, worked with a couple of freelance solutions, and some of them built concepts around solving local financial problems. Then you have these platforms springing up, designed by a group of individuals, friends, but they are solving a huge problem, which is very simple. Paystack sprang up, and then you have Piggyvest, and then you have Investa, and then the basic solutions for fintech in Nigeria started with just helping to solve simple transactions, financial transactions. And as a lot of people with these problems got to use this system first with the aim to solve their problems, that was when they started thinking whether these platforms are really viable, sustainable, true. And as far as their solutions were solved, users had no reason to bother about the credibility of these startup fintech companies in Nigeria. Okay, so the money starts piling up, transaction volume start going up, and investors start coming into the sector. Now, you have only two players in this industry: those with financial problems and those with solution for these financial problems. And they are solving these problems with technology. Now, you begin to have fintech startups. And then you begin to have these people solving problems. Now, these two players, a lot of them don't even know each other. They only know the platforms. And that's where they have their handshake. And this system, this industry as a whole, becomes almost growing so fast, but still remains unregulated. Here comes Big Brother. We need to care for our citizens. We need to care for what befalls these people that perform transactions on their platforms. Because these platforms are no longer solving just the problem of basic transaction inflow and outflow. They now have residual revenue because they begin to have wallets where you put your money and you don't even have to use it except when you want to use it. They began to have things like savings systems, investment features added on these platforms. Oh, Big Brother is watching, but he's not just watching because they are solving a problem It's watching because the number of people, of users that go into this, that use these platforms are relatively very young, very much quote and unquote unknowledgeable about financial risk. And then you begin to have investments on these platforms like Piggyvest introducing the investment system in it, and then you have Investa introducing the investment system in it, and then you have stand-alone platforms coming up as Bamboo, as Trove, as Investify, and all that, just basically to invest. Hey guys, the users of this platform are very young. What do they know about stock? What do young Nigerians know about stock? So Big Brother needs to have a strong hold on the system by bringing in new policies. First, retrieve the APIs that these fintech startups get from companies. Ban crypto. So I don't want to go too deep into all this, but at what point did the government now knew that they have to pay more attention to the fintech system? Marketing. Yeah. When marketing started. Because marketing tells the growth of an industry. If a company, if a startup can invest as much as multi-million naira to market, that's because that industry is viable. And how come you have this industry so viable yet unregulated? So let's go back. This is where the state of fintech currently is. A platform that is still unregulated and trying to get regulated. And how do you regulate a system that is already in operation? So you have two handshakes. One, the handshake of the people with the financial problem, already logged up in handshake with the system, the fintech companies that have the solution. And then there is a third handshake about to come in, and that is the big brother, the regulators, government. And for them to put themselves in between, you need to first separate the users of this platform. Those with the financial problems, looking for solution, and those with the solution, going to solve it. So what we have as the current regulators that we have as freezing of accounts of Trove, of the 6 fintech companies by CBN today, if you are listening to this after now, I'm recording this as at the 18th of August. And also the ban of crypto, and also licenses retrieval of BVN, pool APIs. All these things is a way for the government to try to come into the system. You understand it? I don't see it as bad, though I see the model as to be somewhat very challenging for the startups and making the whole ecosystem of fintech industry in Nigeria and technology in general as very porous and polarized. But then I think it's needed, because let's go and see what has happened with fintech systems. A popular one for Nigeria, which we all know, is this company that gives you what is it again? This company where you go and a lot of people fund, help me, help you, and a lot of money was lost. And then we know about the Madoff scheme in NASDAQ, NSE. So I think it's the right time for the government to come in, but then maybe the model in which they are using to come in is a bit very crude, very challenging for the startups, and giving a lot of headaches to investors in the system. Fintech has gone beyond just solving problems. It's now a profitable venture. So regulation is really needed to protect the users. I'll see you. My name is FASHOLA-OBA from Better Tech. If you look forward to marketing your solution in fintech and technology in general, we are the go-to guys.